Ever wondered what really goes down behind the scenes of Squid Game? It's not just lights, cameras, and perfect takes. There's chaos, laughs, and plenty of unexpected moments. From hilarious slip-ups to the raw, unfiltered moments that make filming an adventure, this is the side of the series you weren't supposed to see. So sit back and enjoy the madness as we take you behind the curtain. Let's dive in. In the series, we see a scene where player 333 tries to attack Thanos, but Thanos dodges. However, in the behind-the-scenes footage, we can see that the scripting for this scene was a bit different. According to the script, player 333 was actually supposed to land a hit on Thanos. In the scene, Thanos reacts as if he has been punched, moving slightly backward due to the impact. Look at the reaction of player 124. His expression makes it seem like Thanos really got hit, and he is completely shocked. Before this, he was laughing, but as soon as the punch landed, he became serious. This was the original scene that was supposed to be in the series, but the director changed it, making it seem like Thanos dodged the punch and then started attacking player 333 instead. The next behind-the-scenes moment comes from the bathroom fight. When player 333 and Thanos fight, Thanos throws player 333 to the ground. This scene was actually shot twice. In the first take, when Thanos threw player 333 down, he did it in a way that ensured only his body hit the floor and not his head. However, while directing this scene, it became clear that Thanos was trying to prevent player 333 from getting hurt, which wouldn't look realistic in the final cut. So the scene was reshot. This time, Thanos placed his hand behind player 333's head to act as a cushion, ensuring his head didn't hit the floor too hard. This moment shows how much Thanos actually cared about his co-stars. He is a great character and a genuinely good human being. The next behind-the-scenes moment involves the Recruiter and Ji-hoon. This scene is from the first episode when the Recruiter and Ji-hoon were playing Russian roulette. In the scene, we see a red light shining behind Sun Ji-hoon. This red light was important because it played a key role in the Recruiter's facial expressions. Half of his face looked confident, while the other half looked scared, thanks to the lighting. Even the director was deeply involved in this scene and instructed the Recruiter to show a tight, fearful expression. That's why the Recruiter's face had such intense expressions in that moment. We also saw this scene in the series. In the behind-the-scenes footage shows when the frontman punched Thanos, his friends tried to step in, but the frontman kicked him back. In reality, player 124 wasn't able to dodge the kick, and he actually got hit. Later, the frontman personally explained to him how he could avoid the kick, but even after multiple takes, he wasn't able to dodge it. In the next scene, we see him rubbing his leg and pulling up one of his pajama sleeves, which shows that he actually got kicked multiple times while filming. He simply couldn't avoid the kicks. Poor guy. He definitely wasn't paid for that. Look at the frontman singing APT like nothing happened. Also, do you know, every major character in a movie or series has a stunt double. And in this scene, we can spot Thanos' stunt double. We can recognize him because of his purple hair. Even though this actor doesn't look exactly like Thanos, CGI was used to make him resemble the character. Throughout the series, the six-legged games took a long time to shoot, but many of the clips were heavily trimmed. We only got to see a few key moments in the final cut, even though many more scenes were filmed. During the six-legged games, when Thanos meets Aimsu, he makes a specific hand gesture. The director personally instructed Thanos on how to act in this scene. Here we see how he was guided on how to interact with Aimsu. In the six-legged game, there were scenes that were heavily cut, especially scenes involving Thanos' team. We were supposed to see failures in Spin the Top, but they were removed. Initially, we saw that the top was spun by player 124, but when they were filming, there were multiple failed attempts that didn't make it to the final cut. These deleted scenes had a major hidden detail, which directly connected to the upcoming night fight. In the original shot, player 124 failed repeatedly in the spin game, and when the top finally spun, his feet started shaking in joy. But the most crucial part was that when player 124 failed, player 380, in anger, grabbed his collar and started yelling at him. This was the reason that in the night fight, when player 124 approached player 380, he gave her a furious look before killing her. Player 380 had shown a lot of anger toward player 124 in the six-legged game, even raising her hands against him, but this scene was cut, so we never saw this part. Player 120 had slapped player 044 in a scene that was originally captured in a very funny way, but what you don't know is that the slap was much harder than intended. The director had asked for a soft slap, but player 120 miscalculated and gave a strong one. As a result, player 044 had ice on her cheek because of the impact. Player 120 had apologized multiple times for this. In the six-legged game, Soji Hun was supposed to keep tossing a piece in the air, but most of the time the production team helped by tossing the piece from below, while the cameraman filmed the top part to make it look like Soji Hun was doing it. Next, we have a scene where player 246 was playing the Gongi game. They cleared the first attempt, as shown in the series. However, in reality, they had some failed attempts first, which were scripted parts. When they failed, their team got frustrated and angry, which is shown in the series, but this was also cut. Later, we see the team crossing the finish line, but before they did, they had celebrated a lot. Guards were brought in to stop the celebration, and we can see them shooting bullets in the background. The people who were celebrating got scared and fell down. This scene was also cut. In a certain scene with the pregnant lady playing Taxi, it was shown that she cleared Taxi on her first attempt. But in reality, when the scene was shot, she didn't clear it on the first try. Despite this, the guards declared her safe. This decision was made because filming for Six-Legged Game had taken a long time, and the production team decided not to retake these scenes, but used editing to make it look like she cleared the game on the first attempt. The same was done for Jungbai, where it was shown that he hit a stone on his first attempt. But in reality, he never hit the stone, and still, the guards declared him safe. Editing later made it seem like he had cleared the stone in the first attempt. In the final scene, we see a gunfight. Behind the scenes, we can see large blue walls. These were used for editing purposes to give the appearance of huge multi-building structures in the series. In the scene where player 120 and player 246 are hiding, guards shoot at them, but the walls show no bullet holes. This was because the production team used a special gun that shot powder-filled bullets, which created smoke for the actors to react to. Later, editing added bullet holes to the pillar. And that's a wrap, folks. If you found these behind-the-scenes secrets mind-blowing, don't just keep them to yourself. Hit that like button and share the love. Got any thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I'm always reading and loving your feedback. And hey, if you want more juicy insider info like this, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next deep dive. Until next time, keep it real and keep it epic.